You're watching Discovery Channel.
Today on Daily Planet, battling wildfires in Australia. We'll show you how firefighters are trained to deal with a situation like that.
All your energy is completely draining out of your body.
And how this fire truck could help save their lives.
Plus, doing the locomotion with Lucy. We'll show you how CT scans are shedding light on how the best-known human ancestor walked around.
And
blazing our way into the future.
This is Daily Planet. Hi, and welcome to Daily Planet. I'm Jay Ingram.
And I'm Zaya Tong. We've got a fantastic show heading your way today, chock full of mummies, old planes, and a cool new rover. Battling so many blazes at once is what's so difficult, but each and every firefighting team on the ground has to follow some basic principles for trying to contain brush fires, and that's where training plays a crucial role. Firefighters in the dry southwestern U.S. have to deal with similar ordeals, and we recently got a sneak peek at just how they train for them.
It's a magnificent masterpiece of live action. Because when we get the call, you know, we're gone, we're going, and there's all kinds of other resources going. You got the engines rolling, and they're driving, they're forging through the country, off-roading, and then we got the hotshot crews, and they're like a little colony of ants. They're marching in, just raw manpower, and then there's the guys in the sky, sometimes the guys in the seaplane, and they're coming down, and they're dropping retardant, they're painting the desert. I mean, everyone's working together, and I think that's one of the most rewarding things at the end of a fire is the sense of community. I mean, as an individual, you come across every fire learning something, discovering something about yourself and the people you're working with, and every day is a winning day, you know. When you walk away with your life, it's a good day.
Of course, things aren't always like that.
Okay, today's IA load will be the same as yesterday.
Fighting wildfires and walking away with your life means being prepared.
And the record heat will spread over most of the Mojave Desert Sunday through Tuesday.
Which is why the Weaver Mountain Helitech crew has gathered weeks in advance of fire season.
We have new people on the crew, new to Helitech, new to fire in general. And so we're trying to just put as much training and knowledge into them as we possibly can in a short amount of time.
Weaver Mountain Heli Base, is Fritz.
And then the call from dispatch.
I've got a ref legal.
Okay, Jenna, where's it at?
11 North, 5 West, Section 32.
All right, Bubba.
It's an orchestra of movement. Pilot John Davis and crew supervisor Fritz Mueller check the terrain. Ground crews gear up and climb in. The chopper crew piles on, and they're off. In Arizona, they have to be ready for anything.
Fighting fires in this region is diverse. We can go from the 1,000-foot elevation or lower up to over 10,000 feet. And we get field types, you know, from your desert scrub up to the chaparral field, on up into the ponderosa pine.
Today, it's not about the vegetation, it's about the stamina to face a fire head-on.
We're directly right on the flame front. We're simulating, this is the actual flame right here, between 1 and 2 foot flame lengths. The firefighters will be right next to the flame, digging it, trying to catch it, flanking it, and tying it into a secure location.
They dig line to remove potential fuel from the fire's path. Right now it's about 35 degrees Celsius. Temperatures here can get up to 45 or 110 Fahrenheit. Add raging flames, 40 pounds of gear, and hours of physical labor, and Eric Marie can tell you this ain't no job for the faint of heart.
You're sweating, you're getting exhausted, all your energy is completely draining out of your body, your pulse is racing, but at the same time, your passion is just as high. And when you're almost ready to like fall down because you're so exhausted, you look over at your buddy. It's funny because your buddy's going through the exact same experience.
Watch your cactus, watch your footy.
Out here in the desert, it can be like 103, 105 degrees. Plus, when you're getting right up to that face front of that fire, I mean, it feels like 200, 300 degrees. And then when you're sweating all day, and the night comes and we coyote out, which is like, we stay out on the fire and we don't have a tent, we don't have a sleeping bag, our clothes are drenched in sweat, the temperature falls, it's nighttime, and our bed is the dirt, Mother Earth. So, you know, we're laying there, you know, and bugs are crawling on you. At that point, sometimes you're so tired you don't really care. Sometimes you do, because you don't know what it is. Scorpion, tarantula.
As they focus on containing the fire, they've got to make sure it doesn't get around them.
I'm going to just throw this rock out, simulating a spot fire, and they should attack it with reckless abandon, just so all the hard work they've done so far isn't in vain. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Spot fire! Spot fire! Spot fire!
And be aware enough about their surroundings to guide the air crews in.
All right, you're going to want to come more to the west, about 20 feet more to the west than you were last time.
20 feet more to the west than last time, before I was with you.
There's certain geographical, you know, things that you can use, say a ridge top, a valley. I'm just 100 yards south of a valley or a lake, a stream. Anything that's going to stand out that you know where it is, he knows where it's at.
If he has a hard time picking us up from there, everybody carries a little 3x3, 3-inch by 3-inch signal mirror that we can get out and we can flash him a signal mirror.
Fighting fire means fighting weather, too.
They gauge fire in chains per hour, basically, in a chain being 66 feet. And in this landscape, given the wind condition and the slope, if it's going uphill with a good backwind, it can go faster than probably one of the fastest men on Earth can run.
When weather fans the flames, air crews have to work harder.
Basically, the higher and the hotter it is, the less water, the less weight the helicopter can carry. Secondly, when the wind gets up to a certain speed, the helicopter has to shut down. You know, it's not certified to fly, you know, in like a 30-knot type wind. And then just basically the pilot playing the wind when he makes his drop. You know, if you have a 15-mile-an-hour wind, surface wind down there, you know, some pilots can come in and they can actually get over the line a little bit, drop the water, and let the water with the wind blow back onto the fire.
Desert fires may not seem as dramatic as forest fires, but they can be costly.
During the timber fires, you know, they can measure, okay, we're losing this many board feet of lumber to this fire. But the desert doesn't get assigned a value, but yet it has a value. You've got these 500, 600-year-old saguaros that people are actually using for landscaping now, and they can be sold for upwards of $10,000.
Today's drills are important. Rookies know it.
Probably the physical strain will be the biggest challenge, but also rewarding.
And veterans know it too.
The most important thing for a rookie is to, for lack of better terms, just shut up and listen, you know, and not so much do as he's told, but just really take in everything that everybody's trying to tell him. You know, it gets to a point where there's a lot of things going on, and, you know, you get kind of transfixed on the fire or the helicopter, and he just really needs to pay attention to his leaders because, you know, they have the most experience and they're making the decisions and the calls.
And while most of us might run in the other direction, these guys can't imagine being anywhere else.
I've never found myself in a situation where I've asked, why am I here, or how did I get here? You know, you find yourself in precarious situations where, you know, it might be challenging to think of a way out of it, but that's kind of the allure of the job.
That comes from knowing that the guy beside you has got your back.
The best experience by far is working with the crew of men, the camaraderie, the excitement, the adventure, and the stories. There's never a bad day, because a bad day is always a good story.